We're just hours away from Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final between the Bruins and the St. Louis Blues. Brad Marchand was good to go at today's morning skate after jamming his hand during a scrimmage last week. And the party is already underway in Boston, where fans have begun gathering for a free outdoor concert and viewing party at City Hall Plaza. We have in-depth coverage for you tonight. Eyewitness News reporters Morey, Hershgordon and Shiina, LoSciuto are standing by with more on the pregame excitement. Our chase for the cup begins, though, with sports director Yanni. Yanni?
Well, it's been an embarrassment of riches for us here in New England. This marks the 18th time since the turn of the century that a major Boston sports franchise has played for a world championship, and the Bruins' third finals appearance since 2011. But they're facing a Blues team that's starving for a championship and desperate to bring home the franchise's first ever Stanley Cup. Eyewitness Sports reporter Morey Hershgordon joins us now live at the TD Garden with more on this matchup. Morey, finally some hockey.
Yeah, Yanni, finally some hockey. We've waited long enough, right? We're finally going to get some action tonight. Puck drop set for a little after 8 o'clock. This place will be rocking. It'll be sold out. And these fans are waiting for some Stanley Cup final hockey. As far as the playoff experience goes, the Boston Bruins have the edge, at least on paper. It's their third Stanley Cup final appearance in the last 9 years. And the St. Louis Blues, like you mentioned, just the first time that they're going to be here in 49 years. So when you look at the Bruins, they've got 5 experienced players that were on the 2011 championship team. Let's run you down the line for that. It all starts with Brad Marchand and Patrice Bergeron on the top line and the top power play line as well. David Krejci, who's in his 13th year with the Bruins, a steady hand as a center on the second line. Working our way back now to the blue line, it's 42-year-old Zdeno Chara, the undisputed leader of the defense, and Tuukka Rask rounds out the group in net. He's played lights out to this point, arguably the best and most consistent Bruin of the playoffs. This leadership core knows what to expect in the Cup final, and their understanding of this moment has paid dividends.
But I just believe that our guys that have been there, that have won a cup and have lost a cup, well, that should give us an edge.
You know, we've relied on our experience in the past, and I think it's all about making sure that you share as much as you know of what to expect coming forward to the rest of the group.
That's been a strength of our team all year and a strength of our veteran group, our leadership group. But our young guys have really taken that perspective and applied it to their own games, and it's a very mature group, so experience is a big factor.
This 90 minutes of news rolls on with the Bruins in the Stanley Cup Finals.
The Bruins team thrives when it plays from ahead, so the Breeze hoping they can get in charge of this game and then take Game 1. Typically, if you win Game 1, you win the series in the Cup final. Now, myself, Morey, and Ruthie Polinsky will bring you live reports from both Boston and St. Louis throughout this series. We'll also bring you an exclusive pregame show tonight before each game of the Stanley Cup final. Head over to WPRI.com. Our pregame shows begin at 7 p.m. You can also stream them on any smart device. I'm Yanni Karakis, Eyewitness Sports.
Of course, most of us are not lucky enough to have a ticket for tonight's big game, but there's still plenty of reason for Boston Bruins fans to head to Beantown, including that big concert and viewing party we told you about at City Hall. Our in-depth coverage of the chase for the cup continues now live from Attleboro with Eyewitness News reporter Shiina LoSciuto, who caught up with some excited fans headed to Boston for Game 1. Shiina?
That's right, Mike. If this was a perfect world, we could all go to the TD Garden and watch Game 1 tonight. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Either way, we are meeting a lot of fans who are still going up to Boston tonight because, as they describe it, it's like the whole city is having a party.
Just ready for Game 1.
Just go out there, have fun, and hopefully the Bruins win it.
Bruins fans push through the heat, proudly wearing their black and gold.
We're too poor to afford tickets, so we're just going to go hang out.
Eyewitness News caught up with fans at the South Attleboro train station ahead of their journey into Boston. These Rhode Islanders didn't quite score tickets to Game 1.
It's like being there, even when you're not there.
But say just being in what they call the City of Champions is enough.
It's incredible. Like, the atmosphere is like nothing like around Rhode Island at all, that's for sure.
It's been a long 11 days since the conference finals. These fans don't want to speak too soon, but they might speak for a lot of us when they say they're ready for another parade.
You know, 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Hopefully.
I think it's going to be going to 7. Unfortunately, Blues are pretty good.
Officials ask that you just pack very lightly because, as expected, there's probably going to be a lot of people in town. Reporting live tonight, I'm Shiina LoSciuto, Eyewitness News.